Hello guys, this is another budget Bedwars video. As you can see, I have no custom sky today, which is unfortunate. As you can see, if I look in the void, I get about 280 FPS. Actually, never mind, that's pretty good. I restarted my computer, so it's a little bit better, but I was getting like 100 FPS looking into the void, and then like 20 not. So I kind of want to get this video on clutching. I tried to do this video multiple times where I lose my bed first rush, and I act dumb and like bad at the game, but I just end up losing because I'm like, oh no, what do? I just lost my bed, and I PvP somebody, and then they just get like some crazy combo on me like the second or third time that we PvP. So this video will just kind of be an informative video about clutching, and then in the background, obviously, I'll have some gameplay. The first thing you want to do to make sure that you don't have to even clutch is don't lose your bed, and one way to do that is to not side rush. Like that guy did. And make sure you're also not getting side rushed. I should have done that, but I didn't. I should have looked back. It's really good to look in perspective. Perspective is a great way to just look around and prevent any bed breaks from happening regarding your bed. So yeah, I kind of want to give a tutorial on clutching just because I do play this game a lot, and I used to be a solo double main, and I guess I still am. Less doubles. I'm a solo main now. But I used to be a doubles main. I was a solo main, and then a doubles main, and now I'm a solo main again. But, okay, you don't want to do what this guy's doing. I mean, yes, he is sandwiched, which is hard, but once you lose your bed, don't just start. I wouldn't really start just rushing everybody. You know what I mean? Like, see, where's the benefit? You know what I mean? Oh, I have a next. See, that guy needs this tutorial. Because why would he, if he had the chance, he was just chilling on this bridge while I broke his bed, and he probably just could have seen me if he went in perspective. He could have just gone mid or something like that, you know what I mean? So that's kind of where what I'm alluding to is when you're trying to clutch, I would highly recommend going mid. And it's obvious. There's an obvious reason for this. Mid is like, if you're okay with long games, go ahead and go mid. If you want to be like, if you're kind of speedrunning and you're really good at PvP and bridging and stuff, you know, it's probably fine to go take out other people. Okay, I have armor, so that's probably why I beat him, but, you know, it's probably okay to kind of go around and get other people out of the game. But really, if you're clutching, I would just go mid if you have the opportunity. Mid is a really safe place. People who aren't going mid are just going to be fighting each other, and so it's kind of just like a resting place. Obviously, there will probably be somebody chasing you to mid or something like that. This guy's chasing me to this island for some reason. And if you're a final, make sure you have armor and try to get gaps if you can, you know what I mean? Try to get as many gaps as you can, honestly, unless you want like an iron sword instead. They're both good, but I'd recommend gaps before you get an iron sword, just so you have that extra 2 hearts. And the regen, if you plan on fighting anybody or after fighting somebody, you don't want to get like pincered by 2 people and then end up having to, okay, this guy bought an iron sword, that doesn't matter, but that didn't matter. Sorry, I better not get copyrighted for that song. Please don't copyright me. No, just kidding. So you want to go to mid, first things first, and the one thing that I recommend always getting is a pearl, especially on fast iron maps, because pearls will save you as long as your reflexes are pretty fast. And this guy's over here. I was gonna void, but then I was like, maybe I shouldn't void in case he's out my base because I don't have a trap. I don't think, or I do. Don't eat a gap like that before you're about to fight somebody, and don't walk backwards like that. So yeah, pearls. See, a pearl could have definitely saved that guy. I don't know what's happening with my dragon here, but okay. A pearl could have definitely saved that guy, but he didn't have one on him, so that's unfortunate. So if you lose your bed first rush, that's a different story. So say on Lighthouse, for example, did he party me? No, that was someone else. Say on Lighthouse, for example, if you lose your bed first rush, then get as many gaps as you can with the gold that you have, unless you're not low on health, then just get 1. Rush the person next to you because you want them off your tail. You don't want them to chase you the entire game. If you are decent at PvP, try your best to rush them. If not, maybe go diamonds and try to get some upgrades before you fight them. But they're going to be on your tail the entire time. They're not going to stop chasing you until they get you because you're their first rush. You're supposed to take out your first rush. So if you're in a situation like that, then get some gaps, get maybe like a stone sword, do everything you can to outgear the person, and make sure that if they have a wood defense, then you're prepared to kill them maybe twice at their base. So you go over, you kill them, you gap, get their bed, and then if you can, try to hit them off like on Lighthouse. You can just run up the side there and camp a little bit, maybe eat another gap if you want to go in for PvP. But if you're at full health, then like go for it. I mean, it's risky. It's always risky clutching first rush. But if you win, then you can go mid. Then no one's chasing you, no one's around you. Maybe someone next to you is taking out their first rush, but they still have the bridge all the way. So you go mid, you get 4 M's. What do? You get a pearl, because if you have a pearl, you can get out of any situation like really fast. And you can also pearl, like you can pearl away from someone if you don't want to PvP them, or you can pearl to someone's base if they're at mid or something like that. Or if you fall, and here's what I want to make note of. If you're a final, I highly recommend building up like 10 blocks or so before you start bridging anywhere. Especially if you're not confident in your bridging. If you're like totally confident in your bridging and you don't think you'll fall at all, then go ahead and bridge on ground level. But one of the most nerve-wracking things is bridging as a... Okay, I ran out of blocks, I was not paying attention. But one of the most nerve-wracking things is bridging as a final, you know? And this guy's probably gonna get my bed here. Whoa, dude, calm down. Oh my god. That guy called me so hard. Okay, well, there you go. I lost my bed first rush. Where is he? There he is. Okay. So, I grab a gap, and because I'm low, I grab another one. So now I have 2 gaps to heal up. I go after this guy. That's my fault for falling if I didn't fall at the beginning there. You know, usually the reason that you need to clutch is because of like a mistake like that. Silly little mistake. Try to avoid hits at all costs. So this is kind of what I mean. When you're clutching, you want to like play it super safe. I mean, of course you still have to fight them. But see how I'm at 22 right now? I can probably go in. I have a stone sword. They'll have a wooden sword. And there we go. Okay, so now that you've taken them out, this is a perfect example. You know, I almost have enough for armor, so actually I'm going to wait for that. And I'll show you what I mean by bridging high. Obviously, I don't have a pearl on me right now, but if you're bridging, go up like this high. And that's because if you fall, you can pearl to another base in time. You have time, if you're falling into the void, to pearl somewhere else. However, if you know, because if you bridge on ground level, then chances are if you fall, you won't be able to pearl to another base. And I kind of developed that idea on my own. I don't know if anyone's really thought about it before, but see, if you're not confident in your bridging and you have a pearl on you or something like that, then it's like very useful. So pearls are probably the #1 thing that I'd recommend, especially for solo Bedwars on fast iron maps. You can get fireballed off and you can pearl away. Stuff like that. I don't know. Pearls are just really useful. Secondly, I would kind of only recommend invis on doubles, 3s, and 4s, unless someone else that you're fighting that's also a final maybe has invis. You know, if they've also been to mid, then definitely get invis because they're probably going to invis you. I'm not gonna lie. So I would highly recommend getting an invis if you are fighting someone else who's been to mid. But if not, then taking the 1v1s is fine as long as you have the pearls on you. You know, pearls make you feel safe. If you have them in a slot that you can quickly switch to, then like if you get KB sticked off, you can just pearl back. If you fall off, you can pearl back, you know. If you need to get out of a sticky situation, you can pearl back, you know. So pearls are really useful. And I would also recommend learning how to pearl like on the side of places. I mean, it'd be really hard to pearl on like the side of there, but if there's like a flat area that you can pearl onto and then block clutch on the bottom, that's really useful. So here I'm gonna get a pearl. And I'm also, because I have sharpness and I'm confident that I can PvP people, I will get a diamond sword. I also love getting diamond swords. I don't know why, they're so fun. I no longer need an iron sword. This is the highest sword that you can get. And if you're not really confident in PvP, diamond armor is totally fine. You know, maybe then go for prot instead of sharp. If you have diamond armor, like prot 2 diamond armor is probably better than prot 1 diamond with a sharp stone sword or something like that, you know what I mean? than having like Prot 2 Diamond and like an Iron Sword. Or maybe like Prot 2 Diamond and Prot 2 Iron and a Sharp Stone Sword or Sharp Iron Sword. I think it's better. You also don't have to save up any iron anymore. So now, what do I do? Now that I'm a little bit stacked, I can go ahead and take out some bases if I want to. I will go by example. I actually usually bridge on the floor, but I will go by my own example and start bridging on higher levels here, higher Y levels. And also I would recommend ladders, which I don't have right now. Ladders are very useful, not to build up like that, but to reduce fall damage. You know, you don't need 32, but there have definitely been situations that I was in where I was a final, and I remember this one time I was streaming for my friend on Discord, and I was at like half a heart, and I was being chased by like 5 people because I was solo queuing doubles just for fun. And so, is this guy just gonna, wait, does he think I have a bed? Bro, down bad, bro, like. So, yeah, I mean, if you have ladders, I was at like really low health. I won't be able to get the bed here, but I can kill him. Oh, so much damage. I was at like half a heart and I was being chased by people. Then I jumped and I ladder clutched like on a slab. And it was, or not a slab, it couldn't have been a slab, I don't think. But it was like next to a slab. It was like a wooden bridge, so it was only 1 block. It was on Lightstone. And I clutched on this bridge. And it was like crazy because I had ladders, and if I didn't, then I would have died of fall damage, like right there. So I highly recommend ladders. And TNT is great, definitely get a lot of gaps. But yeah, so now that I have a pearl, I can kind of just go around and start murdering people. Like I said, I just wouldn't recommend it if you don't have a pearl. Pearls are like kind of really useful. On 3s and 4s, definitely get some TNT if someone still has a bed. And keep it to 1v1s. On doubles and 4s and 3s, keep it to 1v1s. Try your best to take only 1v1s, and you'll be kind of sad. This guy doesn't see me. And when in doubt, kill the person, okay? Don't try to fight somebody and then start blocking him up and then like trying to get the bed that way. You know, it won't work. Just fight them straight up. Like, you will probably get comboed off if you're not looking at them. You know what I mean? Because if you're blocking them up and then mining their little wool thing like in a circle like this, like all the sweats do, they have their little bed defense here, and you block them up, and then you start going like this, and they're like chasing you around, and then you get the bed, yes, but you're not on them. Your crosshair is on the bed, so they can usually get first hit, and sometimes they'll get a really nice combo and just send you straight into the void. So do not do that. When in doubt, just kill them. Just kill them. Right now, obviously, it's a pretty easy clutch. I definitely have an advantage here. You can get a bow if you want. Bows are kind of fun to just play around with. I mean, everyone thinks it's annoying, but I just think it's funny. So now I have to go after yellow, who I don't know where they are. I think they're over there. They're probably, you know what, they're probably at mid right now, which is unfortunate, because they probably went around to my base and then went to mid. Because I saw that they had a bridge to the diamond gem. So yeah, I don't know, I just recommend getting M's. Like, that's all I have to say about clutching, really, is get M's. I know it can be really hard sometimes, like, especially on maps like Dream Grove, if you're the only one on your team left and you're against 4 people, that is very difficult. There's literally nowhere to run. You are kind of like trapped everywhere you go. You know what I mean? So on maps like that, it's good to learn how to run away like very efficiently, place blocks efficiently, know kind of where, if you see someone over there and someone over there, go somewhere else, like behind, backwards, like anywhere that you can avoid people. And then if you're pincered, or if you're like trapped between people, keep it to 1v1s, try to fireball them off and stuff like that. All that stuff really, really helps. So yeah, I guess I'll finish off this game. Yep, he went mid, and instead of using my bridge, he just bridged himself, which is a little weird. Ladder clutch. Boom! No fall damage required. Here, I'm going to gap up because it looks like he's at full health. If you're in a situation like this, you don't know where this person is. Are they at mid? Are they okay? They're right there, but they could have an invis at any point, and so I would just recommend. I'd recommend, you know, getting a tracker or something. But yeah, that's really it. Try your best to go mid if you can. This last game is kind of a really good example of how to clutch, you know. So basically, if you can't go mid, like if there's a team at mid, like if you're playing doubles or something, then I would recommend trying your best to get stacked on diamonds, because that'll definitely help. If a team is clean leather and you have like a sharp iron and even prop 1 iron armor, then you can kind of just shred them. It's a 3-tap with like one or two crits, and so you can kind of just shred the team in like 5 hits, you know, cumulatively, like both of them. So I don't know, I just wanted to kind of help everybody. If you like, this is probably like obvious, but I wanted to give an example and give like my thought process on how I clutch games, because I mean, I am 470 stars, so I think that I'm eligible to teach this. But yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to give everybody tips on clutching and stuff. If you don't know what to do, and if you're like, why do I keep losing when I have to clutch? Well, maybe it's because you're not going to mid, or maybe it's because you're not stacked enough. Remember, diamond upgrades are very, very important. And yeah, if you have any questions, then you can ask me in the comments, but I don't know if this video will get that many views. I'm so sad, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I didn't take up too much of your time, and I hope that you learned something. Bye! See you in another budget Bedwars video. I hope you like this setting, by the way. I propped up the camera a little bit higher so that there's like less of an issue with the angle, and I also turned off the lights in the background. Look at my mouse. It's so bright and shiny. But I turned off the lights, and I turned down the brightness on my laptop a little bit so that the background wasn't just like a weird orange background, and it was like black like a normal video, like a vignette or something like that. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you later. Bye.